Hello, welcome. We have with us Mr. Suhas Golam, who is the proprietor and owner of Advanced Geotech Solutions. We are going to talk to him about the process of geotechnical investigation, what are the challenges in this process, and what precautions we need to take while carrying out the geotechnical investigation. So, welcome, Mr. Suhas Golam.
What is the complete process of geotechnical investigations?
See, the very first thing is for going in for any soil investigation work, one should know what is the structure for which one is going to carry out the investigations. The direction of investigation will depend upon what kind of structure the client is going to build. If it is an irrigation project, the requirement of investigations are different. If it is a simple small building, the requirement of investigations are different. If it is a high-rise building, then the requirement of investigations are different. The process of investigation may remain the same, but the extent to which it has to be done may vary depending upon these projects.
Okay.
So for irrigation projects, it may be first with the reconnaissance survey. It may start with certain limited depth of investigation. For building project, it may start with one or two boreholes in a very small project or small plot for a limited depth of investigation, 10 to 12 meters, 15 meters. For high-rise building, minimum 3 boreholes are mandatory, so that criteria has to be adopted. Besides that, in sound rock, one has to go for 15 to 20 meters after having met with the sound rock. So these are the requirement or the project, what kind of a project that you are going to design. Accordingly, the investigation direction should be there as far as the process is concerned.
Okay.
So the process as such will be mainly starting with the drilling process, carrying out certain SPT values or field tests to know the nature of the soil, the consistency of the soil, which is called as SPT if you are aware of. So SPTs will be carried out in soils up to the level of rock, till the depth of rock or hard soil. SPTs will be carried out. Then
But is there any
specific?
specific, sorry to interrupt you, but is there any specific interval at which these standard penetration tests are carried out?
Yes,
In soil?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The interval of SPT generally limited to 1 to 1.5 meter.
Okay.
If you go down from zero level to, let us say, 1 meter, then you should carry out one SPT. Now, the range of SPT is about 600 millimeters. The kind of blow that we have to measure.
Yeah, leaving first 15
will vary
centimeter.
with every
Next,
15 centimeter, 15 centimeter, 15 centimeter. So, from 1 meter, if you carry out, it will be going to 1.6 meter if the soil doesn't offer you resistance.
Yes, yes.
So every 1.6 meter or 1 meter, you have to carry out another 60 centimeters through SPT and then record the resistance, the blow resistance that you come across.
Okay.
And keep the sample also intact as it is. It is a disturbed sample, but you have to procure it.
Okay.
And keep it in the plastic sample bags.
Okay.
With all the number of blows for every 15 centimeter mentioned on that.
Okay.
On a label. So once you come across a hard, as we go down, the soil stiffness will go on increasing.
Yes.
The hardness will go on increasing. So automatically the SPT resistance will be increasing with depth generally.
Correct.
So once you come across increased resistance, say if your N value increases beyond 50 blows for 300 penetration, then after that you need not carry out SPT again because it will only damage the shoe.
Yeah.
SPT shoe.
Correct.
So in that case, you can stop SPT and then you can think about drilling with your tungsten carbide bit first.
Okay.
First, tungsten carbide bit in weak rocks,
Okay.
you can drill up to the level wherever it is possible to extract samples.
Okay.
After certain depth, it will not be possible to use tungsten carbide bit. Then you will have to go with the diamond core bit.
Okay. But how do you
Diamond
decide that?
ink
What
ring.
is the deciding criteria? You have to stop now, take out TCB.
The efficiency of drilling reduces. If you go on starting with if you come across a yellowish weathered rock, then tungsten carbide bit will work.
Yeah.
But as you go down the depth, if the hardness of the rock increases, then the efficiency of drill, the progress will not be enough.
Okay.
Then you have to change to the better quality of drill, that is diamond bit.
Okay. Okay.
So accordingly, you have to change.
Okay.
Yes.
Then, yeah, next question was we would like to know what are the challenges when you carry out these geotechnical investigations?
See, challenges are, one is related to project itself. They are inherently with the project.
Yeah.
What you are going to design. If you are going to design one basement, if you are going to design without a basement, a building, if you are going to go with 5 basement, 20-meter deep excavation. So these are some challenges. If it is a dam project will have a different challenges.
Yeah.
Extent of areas, depending upon rock geology, maybe something that you need to know beforehand. Lithology of the area you need to know. The mineral composition, what all it contains, whether it is a porous rock, whether it is non-porous, whether it is dense. So lithology of an area for a dam project is very important.
Yeah.
So that is a project related challenge which you need to come across or which you need to take up. Then the other thing is for buildings, as I said, it will be a basement, whether it is a high-rise building, whether it is a smaller footprint building with a very tall structure, so it may be subjected to uplift. These are the project related challenges.
Okay.
Now as far as the drilling related challenges are, sometimes rocks are homogeneous.
Yes.
Rocks are soft. So in that case, the drilling becomes easier. But at times, the rocks are hard and also they are jointed, closely jointed.
Okay.
So in such closely jointed rock, because of hardness, it is not easy to drill through. So while drilling, your drill often gets choked up. Because of jointed nature, there is a water loss also, because you need drilling as a fluid, drilling mud as a fluid in order to drill as a lubricant. But if the rock is jointed, the rock mass is jointed, then whatever water that you pump in is lost.
Okay.
And therefore drilling becomes difficult. At times you have to abandon the borehole.
Okay.
Or you have to cement the borehole first by way of using cementitious water.
Okay.
Leave some cement slurry inside, make the joints to seal, and then try for the drill. Then the water loss will be controlled, and then the drilling will be possible.
Okay.
Bentonite drilling is one.
But then identification of the samples will not be a problem if you are using cement, because the color of the sample may change and
Generally cement is washed off.
Okay. Okay.
Cement is washed off because it is simple cement slurry. It cannot stick to the rock as to really cover its nature.
Surface. Okay. Okay.
So generally whenever the sample is extracted, it is fully abraded from the periphery.
Okay.
So it is very unlikely that cement is covering the nature of the rock.
Okay.
So that doesn't happen. Even bentonite also can be used to seal the joints.
Mm-hmm.
In order to arrest the leakages,
Mm.
you may use bentonite to seal the joints.
Okay.
And then, or you can mix bentonite along with cement slurry. So it is a mixture of both.
Okay. Okay.
So cement mixes with the bentonite and it gets hardened to the extent that the losses of water will not be there.
Okay.
So these kind of things are there when we come across drilling. If the rock is homogeneous, then the only hardness is a challenge. If the hardness is too hard, at times the rocks are having the strength in excess of 150 MPa, 200 MPa.
Okay.
So it becomes a problem for drilling. But generally, the drilling is not obstructed. The progress may be slow.
Okay.
It may take 2 days, 3 days for otherwise, if you what you drill in 1 day.
Okay.
But otherwise, the nature of strata is such that it is a homogeneous and it can allow you to drill without any obstruction.
Okay.
But at times, if the rock is fractured,
Hmm.
then it doesn't let you drill. The drill gets choked because of these problems, as I discussed earlier.
Okay.
So that is one problem which we can say.
Hmm.
Other is recent fills. If the fills are very porous,
Hmm. Hmm.
if the area is backfilled recently, and if it is very porous strata, then it is very unlikely that you are able to drill
Okay.
because of the water loss only.
Mm-hmm.
All heterogeneous fill is deposited, say boulders, rubble, soiling, anything big, bad. So it becomes very difficult for any cutter to just get hold of that strata and then drill through that, because the
Okay.
strata also rotates along with it. It is churned along with the drill. So it doesn't penetrate, and then it is a frustrating thing for the operator.
Okay.
So these are some challenges in terms of hardness,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of nature of rock mass
Mm-hmm.
that one has to drill through.
Yes.
And the other is related to project. By virtue of whatever the project that you are going to design,
Yeah.
accordingly you will have to drill through as much depth as possible. That is one challenge it would be.
Okay. So, what care you will suggest in such challenges also, and overall from safety point of view, precaution point of view, in order to reduce the
This is
damage which
sa-
is caused to the equipment?
safety. As far as safety is concerned, there is nothing much which can be fatal as far as uh, soil drilling is concerned, or this rock core drilling is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
But what is problematic is if the rock drill bit is stuck up, let us say at 20-meter depth,
Mm-hmm.
and then if it doesn't
Yeah.
get free,
Yeah.
then at times you have to abandon the borehole or abandon that drill bit.
Okay.
These kind of problems can be there.
Okay.
So precautions, as far as precaution is concerned, you can take precaution to the extent as your drill bit should be properly threaded, it should be neatly threaded,
Mm-hmm.
it should be properly tightened. All that thing has to be done.
Mm.
If that is not done, then loss of pipeline can be there.
Okay.
Then one more thing, more important. When you are using that drill bit,
Mm-hmm.
there is a core catcher at the bottom,
Yes. Yes.
just inside the diamond bit
Yes.
barrel.
Yes. Yes.
There is a core catcher
Mm.
which helps the cores
Mm.
to remain inside the barrel.
Correct.
It doesn't allow it to slide down while
Yes.
removing the core barrel.
Yes. Yes.
So that core catcher has to be there so that all the cores that we collect after drilling can easily come without slipping the sample.
Yes. Yes.
So that is one more important thing. Generally, they put even sand particles
Mm-hmm.
so that the sand gets trapped in the
Mhm.
peripheral region, annular region between the sample and the barrel. So it gives additional
Friction.
fixity,
Yeah.
friction, and therefore the sample doesn't slide.
Okay. Okay.
This kind of care you should take so that sample is not lost after having drilled. If you drill 1.5 meter and if you lose half the sample, then what recovery are we going to get?
Right.
Our data will not be realistic. So that care we have to take.
Okay. So thank you, sir, for sparing your time and sharing the most valuable information with us. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. My pleasure.